So we are now at Big Bend National Park and we're meeting some friends here, but we got here like hours before they did. So we're gonna go to the hot springs tonight while they drive in, and then they'll meet us up and we'll do some more stuff the next couple of days all together. But first, check out this awesome dirt road that we had to take to get to the hot springs. Doing this in a Honda Civic definitely felt a little adventurous. And so these hot springs, I guess, were this guy had malaria, contracted malaria when he was like 10, and he had been looking for a cure pretty much his whole life up until he was like married and everything. So then he had heard, I think word of mouth, that these hot springs at Big Bend had some healing properties. So he bought the land, sight unseen, moved him, his wife, and his daughter out here, and then he immediately started drinking and bathing in the water, and he said that it definitely helped him. So he created like a bathhouse and all that stuff, but because of like the Texas-Mexican War and stuff, they kept getting raided, so they moved to El Paso for I think like 14-ish years, and then eventually once things subsided they were able to move back, and he reestablished the bathhouse and then created like a post office and a store and all kinds of stuff. So this is one of the buildings that was put up by them in those days, and then eventually he sold the land. I think it was in 1942. He sold the land to the state of Texas in hopes that they would preserve it, and then 2 years later is when they started making Big Bend National Park, and it was a part of it. All right, here we go. Hot Springs Trail, going that way with some nice views. Here's another one of those buildings. Oh yeah, look, it says something inside. What is these? I don't know what it was. Maybe this was the store? Yeah, it was her store. Well, that's the store, or what used to be the store. There's a fireplace here too. There's also this structure. I don't know what this is. And it just keeps going. It's pretty big. What's on the wall? There's murals everywhere. Here we go. Hot springs. JK, it's over there. There are some horses at the hot springs. So that's yep, there's 2 of them. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. So there's the horses drinking from the river, and then the hot springs is right here, and the sunset is over there. Here's our camp spot, right here. After setting up camp at our new site, we went on a 4.8-mile round-trip hike, and here is the amazing view. All right, we've made it to the top of the Lost Mine Trail. It was about 2.4 miles one way, 1,100 feet of elevation gain. I guess back in the day, there's like a legend that some Spaniards enslaved the Chizos people and had them come up here to mine in the Lost Mine for some ore, and then they would blindfold them so they wouldn't know where the mine actually was, which is crazy. And then the Chizos revolted and killed all the Spaniards. Again, just a legend, so you know, I don't know, but interesting. And potentially part of the legend is that on Easter morning, when the sun rises, the sun will shine on the entrance to the mine. Look at this. Crazy. Wow, everything is so massive up here. Then we just hung out at the top, taking in the view while feeling really small in such a vast landscape. On top of the world for sure. Did you get pretty close?
Like,
oh gosh, I thought that was... Saw this giant thing. It was huge. Then made it back to camp where we kicked it with all the crickets and looked for constellations.
wave your arms and yell at them.
On day 3, we decided to tackle Emory Peak, which is a 10-mile hike round trip, but it will take you to the highest point in the Chisos Mountains, so we deemed it worth it. Y'all ready? That up there, my friends, is where we are headed. The moon's still out at like 11. That's a lot of stairs. Where are you at? I know. Get it. Get your lunch. Whoa. So as you're walking along the trail, you just turn over here and you've got this awesome view just staring back at you. Gnarly stairs pretty much the whole way. I think that's where we're headed. And we're over here. There's lots of flowers. So pretty. 10:51, yeah? What time? It's been like 3 hours, right? We finally made it to the top! Literal highest point. There's the campground over there. And the car is over there. But that's the campground. All the way there. We bore witness to someone getting their Instagram shot. Then we sat, soaked in the view, and watched the birds do their thing. No, it's like the birds really like this area. They can just do dive bomb after dive bomb. They're so crazy. Ooh, he's going fast. Get it, bro. What? There it is from the campsite. 10 miles. We're on top of there. Oh yeah. Except like what?